What if I told you that if you had just one story idea, you could turn it into 2 products without starting from scratch and having to come up with multiple illustrations? Now, to make this practical, I created a simple example using one story idea, and here is what the children's book version looks like, and here is the coloring book version. And in this video, I'll be showing you how to create 2 sellable KDP products, a children's book and a coloring book, built from the same story idea and using AI tools that help generate your illustration in just one click. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to get your story outline. I'm using ChatGPT and I'm saying I want to create a storybook as well as a coloring book using one story idea prompt. The kind of story I want to go for is the Shy Little Turtle's Brave Day. Now, it totally depends on what you actually want to achieve or the story you want to use. This is just an example for the purpose of this video. And now I'm saying, can you give me a brief story outline on a shy little turtle who goes on a small adventure and learns to be brave? And now ChatGPT has gone ahead to give me a story outline. It actually made it really detailed, but with the kind of tools we're going to be using, we don't even need so much of details. We just need the major outline that would serve as the prompt. And I'm going to go ahead and say, just give me a simple outline of the story, and ChatGPT has gone ahead to craft this simple outline. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to first of all create the storybook using this simple outline. For this storybook, I'm going to be using this particular AI tool. I'll be attaching the link in the description, so you want to go ahead, click the link in the description, and it's going to take you to this particular AI tool. Now, in this AI tool, what you want to head for is this one-click ebook that will allow you to make the complete book using just one prompt. And of course, when you are trying to create your book, you want to ensure that you understand the age range that you are going for, of course, depending on the kind of story that you want to use. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be going with 4 to 6 years old. And if you notice, it's saying 18 to 22p, meaning that when you give it a story, it's going to craft up that outline to give 18 to 22 pages. You can actually add or reduce the pages much later, but that is what it's going to come up with. And I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say next. Now, this is where you're going to choose the topic style. And if you recall, our story is about a turtle, a shy turtle. And for the topic style, I'm going to be going with adventure, since turtle learning to be brave. And for that, I'm going to choose other and I'm going to click get started. Now, this is where I'm going to create my story. But first of all, I'm going to check if all of these things are just the way I want them. For example, there is the 4 to 6 year old, adventure, other, and you want to know if it should be said in third person perspective, meaning more like a narration, or it should be said in first person perspective, like the characters are actually the ones talking. I'm going to leave it in third person's perspective. I'm going to leave it at non-anthropomorphic. Anthropomorphic actually means that whatever characters, maybe like the animals, they are going to have like human-like features. And I don't want that. I want the turtle to actually look like a turtle. So I'm going to leave that non-anthropomorphic. Then this is where you're going to choose the size ratio. The 1:1 means that it's going to be more like a square. The 16:9 is going to be more like a rectangle. And this 3:4 is going to be more like a portrait kind of version. For this, I'm going to be making use of the 1:1. And this is where we're going to add our brief description. As you can see, it should not be more than 500 characters, meaning you don't have to come up with so many details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. So I eventually asked ChatGPT to give me a brief story description of it because I wanted it really brief. So ChatGPT has given me this. So I'm just going to go ahead, copy it and do a little bit of edit. So I'm pasting it here. Now I have my story description. I'm going to go ahead and click AI generate. And just like that, AI is automatically generating what we have here right now. And I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now at this point, this is where I'm going to choose the image style that I want for this storybook. So I'm going to click on more. As you can see, there are quite a lot. There are a total of 244 drawing styles. So there are a whole lot to pick from. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be going with this sweet color block cute art, and I'm going to click confirm, and I'm going to click next, and I'm going to click confirm again, and now it has given it the task list. So it's going to be generating in the background, and at this time we're just going to wait for this timer to count down, after which we're going to go check out the storybook that this particular tool has created. And just like that, this AI tool has created all of the film strip and automatically generated all the illustration for our children's storybook. And as you can see, there's Timo's Tiny Adventure. This is the part where you can decide to edit the title if you don't want to use Timo's Tiny Adventure, so it's completely up to you. And also, one thing I always advise is that you want to read through it and be sure to adjust anything that is necessary to be adjusted, because of course this is AI and AI may not be exactly perfect. So which is why it is your responsibility to double check, because if you're selling this to people, you need to be sure that you're selling something that is actually good. For example, one thing about this is you can see the text are super small and not easily readable. But one thing you can do is you want to bolden the text, and you can also change the font just to make it much more readable depending on the text that you prefer. And I'm going to drag this out here. You can see beside a calm green pond. So right now, this way it's more visible like this. And again, you want to read through it. For example, you can see beside a calm green pond lived a little turtle named Timo. Timo liked to rest, but if you notice, the like is incomplete. You want to ensure that you're adjusting the text so that it's fully aligned, because this is how it is in some of the cases here. And of course, just in case there's any part of the image that needs any form of correction, you can always use ChatPS to adjust it. For example, if I want the turtle to be lying down, I can say make the turtle lay on its back, and I can decide to generate. So you can see now it has made the turtle lay on its back. And usually when it generates any image, it usually comes with 4 different images, which you can actually check and choose the one that you prefer, that of course best fits the text written there, the text representation. Also, another thing you can do is if you feel like there is a particular film strip that is not needed, probably you want to merge this text with the text here and you don't need this, you can easily go here, click here and delete it. Or you can decide to add a new film strip if you feel like you want to generate something new here, and you can click on it, put in your prompt here, add a row here, which is either the Timo or the butterfly, because depending on the story. And of course, you can generate a new film strip that will add to this film strip and make the book more. So this is just like an overview on any little changes that you can make. So what I'm going to do is I'll head off the camera. I'm going to read through it, align the text properly, remove anything that is needed to be removed, add anything that is needed to be added, and make sure everything is as presentable as possible. So now I am done editing and fully adjusting all the necessary adjustments. If you notice, I even made adjustments to the front cover, and I'm just going to give you an overview on how I did it. I had to use my own prompt to generate a new book cover. So I went under my prompt, I added the portrait reference here, Timo and the butterfly, and then I went to ChatGPT and I said, okay, this is the full story that AI came up with. How did I get the full story? I went here and clicked on this original story and I copied everything. I gave it into AI and I said, give me a prompt to generate a nice, intriguing book cover for this book. And ChatGPT gave me the exact book cover image prompt, which I put into here and generated it. And of course, this is what it gave me. There are several other options too that it gave me as well. So you can see this one over here. If I apply it to Canvas, this is how it's going to look like. This is another one here. If I apply this one to the canvas, this is how it's going to look like. So this actually looks good. So what I can just do is go to the ChatPS and say, make the back shell of the turtle dark green, and I'm going to generate. So this is actually looking good. If I want to make the Timo much bigger, I can just zoom it out just like so. And this is looking much better. And I've also gone ahead to adjust all of the images and the text to make them aligned properly. Now, the next thing you want to do is obviously export and add it into a Canva document where you can align it properly. So if you look at it, it has about 12 film strips, and 12 film strips simply means that everything is just going to be about 5-6 pages each. minus the cover page. However, if you go to Amazon KDP Help Topics under the trim size, you would see that for premium color ink, because when you're doing like a children's book, you want the color to really pop. For premium color ink, under the trim size of 8.5 by 8.5, because that's what we're going to be using, since our ratio size that we used for the children's book is 1:1. So we'll be using 8.5 by 8.5. So the list is 24 pages. So meaning that we're supposed to have at least 24 pages in our book for it to be able to be uploaded on KDP, which is why you can add more film strips just to bulk in the story. But with this, I'm going to show you how we can still achieve that. Now, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to get our book specification. So our dimension is 8.5 by 8.5. Our bleed setting is we're going to be using bleed. Our page count, we're going to be working with exactly 24 pages. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and begin downloading it. So for the first one here, I'm going to go and download this particular one here. I can click here. I'll just hover over these 3 dots and I'm going to click download. It's going to be downloaded straight into my system. The next one is I'm going to go into the next page and I'm going to click download. But this time, instead of downloading it like this, because when I download it, it's going to be downloaded with the image as well as the text. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one here, which is where the image alone is, and I'm going to click on download. And don't worry, I'm going to be showing you why I'm doing that in the later part of this video. So now I've done that, I'm going to do for this next one as well. I will click on it. You can see where the box is. The image that is zoomed out along this, it shows the actual image that's here. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to download it. I'll do the same thing for this one as well. I will click on it and I will download it as well. So I'll do it for the next one. Also, I would click on it and I'll download it. So this is how I'm going to keep doing for all of the images here that I have already created using this AI tool. So now I have downloaded everything. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Amazon Help Topics and I'm going to scroll all the way to bleed. And under bleed, I'm going to click on this here and I'm going to go choose the page size that we're working with, which is 8.5 by 8.5. And that is over here. So this is the exact page size we're going to be creating on Canva. In Canva, I'm going to click this plus icon here. I will click custom size. I will first of all change the units to inches, and this is where I'm going to put the width and the height. So I'm going to go back to Amazon KDP Help Topics and I'm going to copy the width over here, head back to Canva, paste it, and as well impute the height. And I'm going to go create a new design. So now that I've created the page size, the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go and add the margins. So I'm going to fix all of the margins under here. But first, I will head over to Amazon KDP Help Topics and scroll all the way down to margin. Now, the margin size is usually determined by the page count, and our page count is 24 pages. So since it's 24 pages, our margin falls under this first row here. So this will be our inside margin 0.375, and this will be our outside margin 0.375 as well, because if you remember, we are working with bleed. Now I'm going to head back to Canva, and what I will do is I will zoom this out and I'm going to bring these rulers down to get the exact margin. If you don't have your rulers already visible on your Canva page, you want to head over to File, go to Settings, and click Show Rulers and Guide. So now I'm going to be pulling this all the way till I get something close. So I got 0.385. You may not exactly always get the exact number. So it's usually best you go with something closest to it. And it is better the number is higher than the number is lesser. Again, for the margin here, I'm going to pull the ruler all the way. Here I got 0.379. Now I want to do this same margin for these other parts of the page. To make that easy, I'll head to Elements, go to Shapes, click on Shapes, and I'm going to get a square shape. Now what will I use this square shape to do? I will bring it over here and I'll try to align it with that small square that was formed where the both margins meet. So now that it's over there, I will duplicate it and I will bring it all the way down here to the edge of this page, and I will pull it down when I see the line go red, I would stop. That means it's on that edge of the square. I'll do the same thing for this ruler here. And once it's all aligned, I'm going to delete it. Again, I'm going to delete this one here because we no longer have need for it. So now we have our margins all set up for this page. What we can easily do is duplicate it into 23 more pages since we're working with 24 pages. So now I'm going to duplicate it here like so. And to make your duplicating super easy, you want to click the grid view and you can just copy all of this and just duplicate it. So now I have it up to 24 pages. I'll head back to the first page and I'm going to start adding our image. But first of all, I'll head to project and upload the image I have downloaded into Canva. So let me just rename the folder. I'm creating a folder so that all of these images can be in one place. So I can just say Timo and click continue. Now under this Timo, I'm going to click upload files and I will just upload everything that I've downloaded over here. Now the first thing I would like to do is actually like create like sort of a name page, and to do that I'm just going to go to text, click on heading, and I say this book belongs to. This may not really be necessary, but like I said, because we're trying to make the book really bulky, we must add some things that are cute and as well still make the book really valuable. I would zoom this out and bring this over here. I can change the font to something more child friendly. So I'm going to use this one, more sugar, and I'll bring it over here. Again, I'll go to elements, go back here, and I'm going to type line. For this, I'm just going to use this line here. I'll bring it down over here and I can just extend it here like so. Of course, we want to ensure that this is really centralized. So we're going to move it around until we see that horizontal red line. And that's one thing Canva actually helps you to do, to be able to centralize every element in your page. What I can do is I can look for a sort of graphic design, children friendly. So I'm saying cluster of leaves arranged around the edges. When you're working with Canva, you want to ensure that your phrases are really closest to what you are expecting. And of course, you can always tweak your phrases just to see which one works better. You can see that I didn't find what I wanted, so I adjusted it again to animated cluster of leaves arranged around the edges in a square-like manner. So I can see this one here. I'm actually looking for something like this. So I'm going into this magic recommendation and there are a lot I could actually use here. I'm just going to take this out and take this out as well. So I'm going to bring this over here just like so. And I'm going to just extend it to the end. I actually like this. So what I would do is I'll hold this down, reduce this text here. So it's going to be this book belongs to. Just quite small here. Again, I don't want the leaves to be all everywhere. It looks too much. So I'm going to double tap on it and I'm going to extend it just like so and just bring it to the center. So that way, just a fewer part of the leaves are showing, just like so. And once all that is said, I'm going to click done. So you can see this is just how I want it to look like. So now I've done this part. Remember, this part is going to be on the right side after you flip over the cover page. And once you get on the left side, is that we're going to have the text right up on the left side and we're going to have the picture image on the right side. So that way the book is bulky, but whatever we're adding to the bulk is still part of the unique value we're adding. So I'm going to bring this here, copy it, and I'm going to paste this here. And I'll go to the first write-up. So the first write-up is over here. I'm going to copy it, head back to Canva. I will go create a new text, add it here, and I'm going to paste that. What I will do is I can reduce the size, just like so, bring it to the center, reduce it further, and bring it just like so. I'll also adjust the font. I'll be using this Mary Kate, which is, pretty much good for children's stories. I'm going to put it here like this. So it's saying beside a calm green pond lived a little turtle named Timo. Timo liked to rest on his favorite smooth stone where he felt safe and hidden. So I'll bring it here. And of course, I would centralize it just like so. So now we have that centralized. Next thing is we're going to add the image. I'll head back into projects under where I have all the image saved, and I'm going to bring the image here just like so. I will bring it all the way here and extend it like this, just like so. Again, I'll go to the next page as well. I'm going to copy this as well, and I'm going to paste that here. I'll also copy the text so that I can have all of the fonts and the font size the same. I'll go back to the next film strip over here, and I would copy the text written there. I would edit it and paste here. Next thing I would do is I would drag the next image over here, just like so. And I'll bring it over here. So now we've done for this one, I'll do for the next one. I would copy it, head back here and paste it. I'll also copy the text written here, and I'll head back here as well, paste it. And I'll go back to our AI tool, copy all of the text for the next film strip, and I'm going to paste that here. So now I can just make sure this is centralized. You want to ensure that you adjust the text to be neatly, arranged, just like so. The next thing is I'm going to add the next image, which is this one here. I'll bring it over here and I'm going to extend it here, just like so. So this is how I'm going to keep doing for all of the remaining of the images, as well as the write-ups over here. So I'll go off the camera and just go complete all of this, after which we will then proceed into the next step. So now I'm done compiling all of the images as well as the text write-ups, and you can see how beautiful they look. So the next thing we want to do is we want to set up our cover page. Now to do that, I'll head over to KDP calculator, where I'm going to select paperback. Interior type will be premium color because we are doing a children's book, and of course color is the beauty. And for the paper type, is going to be white paper. Reading direction left to right. The measurement unit is in inches. The interior trim size is 8.5 by 8.5 inches, and the page count is going to be 24 pages. And I'm going to click calculate dimension, and just like that, Amazon KDP cover calculator has given me the exact width and height that I'm supposed to use for my book cover. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to download the template. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you what I'll be using it for in a minute. Again, for the full cover, for the width, I'm going to copy it. I'll head back into Canva, where I'll create a custom size, and I'm going to adjust the width here and create a new design. Now, typically when you download the templates, you're going to have like three things: the paperback template in PNG and the readme text. And what you need is the PNG version. So I have my cover page here. You can see it's in horizontal, meaning there'll be the front cover and there'll be the back cover. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to upload the templates, the PNG version, and I'm going to bring it here. I would zoom it out to fit the screen. It should be an exact fit because we use the exact dimension. Now, the whole essence of this template is to give you an overview on how you are going to be setting up your images or elements in your cover. So this pink line is to tell you that, okay, important element or text should not go on there because they risk being cut off. So that's where the trimming will be done. It's also to show you the demarcation between the size of the front page, where it starts from, and of course where the back page starts from, and the size as well, just so that you are doing your centralization properly. You would also know where the barcode will be so that any important text or element does not fall there where it's going to be covered. Now, if you recall, we already have our front page, and what we're simply going to do is head over to where we kept it, and I'm just going to bring it here just like so, and I'll extend it to fit the screen. You want to extend it so that it covers all the pink areas. Now for the back page, what we can simply do is we're going to make use of one of these pages here for the back page. So I'm going to go to the cover page, and there's an image that we can use, the image that was originally generated by this AI tool. So I'm going to click on download here so I can use this image as the back page. So now I've downloaded it. I'll head back to Canva and I'm going to upload it. It's uploaded now, and I'm going to bring it here, and I can zoom it to fit the screen, the back page of the screen. And of course, I'll pull it down so that the pink area is not showing. What else that we can do is just add our author name, and I'm going to add a text box and just say by CFI Designs. I can make the color white. I can change the fonts to this Mary Carter. I can bring it over here, and I can also change the effects to outline and change the outline color to black and increase the thickness just like so. Totally depending on you where you want to put it. I'm going to leave it here, just reduce the size and put it here just like so. So just like that, we'll be able to create our book, both the interior pages and the cover page, using just a story idea. And we were able to come up with this with the use of this tool over here, which is really unique. I like the way you are able to give it your own prompt. Of course, there's already an official prompt, but of course, because it's AI and you may want to do your own tweaks, you are able to give it your own prompt, or you are able to just edit some things on it by like adding some things or subtracting some things on it. And it's actually really easy to use. However, in order for you to be able to access the fullness of the features, you need to, of course, be subscribed to the pricing plan. You can actually try it out for free, which is a good thing. There are quite a number of things that you can actually do in the free version, at least for testing. But when you want to create a book or multiple books and use more of the advanced features in the tool, you may need to be subscribed to the pricing plan. So you can see there is the $10 per month, $24 per month, and $50 per month. And honestly, it's pretty, fair in the pricing compared to the number of things that you can actually do or the number of books you can actually create with this. Again, I've attached the link in the description, so you can also go ahead, sign up, and go check out this tool. So now that we have been able to create the children's book using a particular story idea, remember, we want to use one story idea to be able to create 2 KDP products that can actually sell. So the next product we'll be creating using the same story idea is a coloring book. And for this particular KDP product, I'm going to be making use of this AI tool. Again, I have attached the link to this tool in the description, so you can go click the link and go check it out. Now for this tool, I'm going to go click this 3 hamburger icon and simply head over to coloring book generator, where I'm going to generate a story coloring book. So if you notice, first of all, we need to upload our image. Now, typically, I would have said, let this AI to generate our image for us. But because I want the image character to be similar to what we have used here, I'm going to click on this. I will head over to one of the film strips, go to the official prompt, click on this, and this will give you the exact character image we're working with. And I'm going to just save to my system. Now, back in this AI tool, what I would do is I would then upload the image. And now I'm going to add the storyline. I'll select the number of pages. I'm just going to be using 10 pages for the purpose of this video, because each of the color image will be on a separate page. And this AI tool can actually generate up to 100 images, and you can even generate custom images. So first of all, I'm going to click generate. For this, again, I'm going to be using square as a dimension, and I'm going to click generate. So now, if you notice, it has created the coloring version of the character, the front, the side view, and the back view, which is similar to what we have in our kids book. Again, it also has this one here, so it's up to us to choose which one we can work with. I'll be working with this first one because the lines are thicker, bolder, and it's much more accurate. Again, I'm going to be clicking the next step, and automatically it has given us a storyline. If you notice, we used similar story ideas, but this time it has different storylines, which gives it unique angles, sort of the fact that the stories are not repetitive. So different KDP book, both sellable, and each giving different level of value and satisfaction. So now I'm going to click start generating, and it's going to start generating all of the pages by itself, all of the illustration, without you having to start from scratch and creating the image one by one. Now, can you see that it has automatically created our coloring book, and this is looking really cute. You can see Timo's tiny adventure, and if we should click the next page, you can see the coloring book of Timo, so super cute here. And if we should click the next page here, you can see something catches his attention. And the next page again, you can see Timo takes his first step away from the safe spots by the pond. You can see he walks through the tall grass. You can see he discovers a butterfly on the flower, and he meets a friendly frog who encourages him. And you can see different storylines, a tweak of it, giving it some level of uniqueness. And you can see how neatly generated the images are. Very little to no distortions, very bold, and the outlines are super clear and neat. And just like that, we've been able to generate the coloring book. But now, this time, we are going to go ahead and download it as like a zip folder or a PDF. Completely depends on whichever one. So I'm going to download as a zip. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding it to our Canva page. And if you recall, we are using the same dimensions, just like we used for the kids storybook. So I'm heading back into Canva, and instead of me to go ahead and, kind of start afresh, I'm going to go click on the home button, and I would simply make a copy of this. I'm going to start re-editing everything. I'll click on the grid view, and I can simply go ahead and delete all of this. I don't want any color in it. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to just this page. I will take out everything here, and I'm going to start reduplicating the pages. Again, I'll head over to the grid view, copy them, and I'm going to duplicate them until I get to 24 pages. I'll head over to the first one here, where I'm going to add, of course, the text and the line. I'm going to zoom it out just like so, but because it's a coloring book, the text will be somewhat different. So I'm going to be using a different font. I'll be using these wedges here, and I will change the color to white, and I'll change the effects to outline and the effect color to black. That way I can thicken it just like so. So now I have this over here. Of course, I want to check that it's super centralized, just like so here. Again, I'm going to go to projects. This time I can create a different folder and just say Timo coloring, and I'm going to open it. This time I will upload the folder of the whole coloring images. Now what I can do is I can also download this as well, just the front cover page, because usually I like to have one of the pages in the coloring book to be like a coloring version of the cover page. And this AI too can still help us achieve that, because we notice we kind of are short on our coloring images. So of course we want to try to bulk it up and of course try to get the 24 pages. So now I'm going to go to this 3 icon here, and I will go to photo to coloring page. I will then upload the coloring book cover that the AI tool gave us, and I'm going to click generate, and I'm going to remove watermark and put it on private, and I'm going to click generate now. And just like that, you can see it has given us a unique coloring version. I love it. And I'm going to go ahead and download PNG. So now I have that downloaded. I'll head over to Canva. I'm going to open this up and add it here. So I'll upload the file where I'm going to add the one I downloaded over here. So now what I can do is I'm going to add this as the first page here. So I can copy and Control X this, which will cut it out and move it to the third page. So here is where I'm going to add this, just like so. I'll zoom it out here. So this page will serve as the back page for this, just in case users are using marker, just so it doesn't seep through. So after this comes this book belongs to. Behind this, I'm going to leave a space here, and here is where I can just write a little bit about the coloring book. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. So I'm saying, can you give me a little cute write-up for this coloring book version? I want to add it to the coloring book. Do not make mention of the story plot, because if you notice, I added the story plot here, but it's actually a bit different in the coloring book version. I'm saying do not make mention of the story plot, just the story ideas, and I'm going to click on enter, and I'm going to copy it here, and I will head over to text, over to add a text box, I'm going to change this font to Mary Kate, and I'm going to paste that here. I would zoom it in. I can also copy this again and just say something like about the coloring book, so they know what the coloring book is about. I add an underline by using Ctrl U, and I'm just going to put it over here. Again, you want to make sure this is centralized, just like so. So after this, of course, it's going to be like a blank page, and we're going to have the coloring images over here. You want to go to what the front page is under the coloring book generator. So the front page is the turtle is by the pond here, and that's the first one we're going to add. So over to projects and over to Timu coloring, I'm going to add the turtle by the pond. If you notice, we're supposed to add the right up, so you may want to give some space for that. And I'm going to use this same font. I'm going to copy this and just paste it here. I'll take out the underline by clicking Ctrl U again, and back into our AI tool, I would copy this here, head to Canva and adjust it here. You may decide to reduce the font a little just so that your text arranges properly. I can raise the turtle up a little since there's still quite some space up. Now I'm going to leave a page behind it. Remember, I told you that's what we're doing, just to prevent any form of see-through. The next page we're going to check it out is where it sees something sparkly. I will head back to Canva. I'm going to copy this text here because I want the same font and font size, and I'm pasting it here. I'll head back here and I can copy the text and just edit it and paste here. Now I'm going to go add the corresponding image where he sees something shiny, which is this one over here, just like so. You want to make sure the images are pretty much as big as possible. Again, for the next one, I would copy this again here and I'm going to paste it here. I'll go to the AI tool and copy the write-up here, and also take note of the image. I would edit the write-up here and bring the image here. That's the corresponding image, and I would expand it just like so. So now I have that. I'll copy this write-up here, go to the next one, paste it, head back, and of course check what the next write-up is. I would copy that and also take note of the image. I would edit it here and bring the corresponding image here, just like so. If you notice, our text has mingled with the grasses over here, and what I can simply do is click on the text, go to effects, click on background and make the background whitish, so that way they are able to visibly see the text, and of course still have the whole of the coloring image zoomed to the screen. So this is how I'm going to keep doing it for all of the rest of the images, and I'm going to go do that off the camera. So just like that, I finished adding all of these images, and these are looking cute. But if you notice, we have 26 pages instead of 24. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this one here. So I'll take out the back page of it as well. And this is looking good. So we have this book belongs to and about the coloring book. And this is nice. Again, what we want to do is we want to then create the cover page of this coloring book. And if you notice, since we are using the exact book specification, then of course for the cover page is going to be the same. So what I'm simply going to do is go to the home page, and I'm going to click on these three dots and I would make a copy. Once I make a copy, I would open it up as well. And what I would do is I would just simply take this out here. If you want to use the same, cover page, is completely fine, but completely up to you, because if you are uploading it on something like KDP, of course you need like a differentiating factor so that people understand the difference between what they are getting. But what I can do is I'm going to go to where we have added the cover page, and I'm going to bring it over here just like so. I can replace this here just like so. And for the back page, I can also delete this here. I'm also going to edit this, and I'm going to try to take out the text. So I'm going to move to grab text under Magic Studio, and I'm going to delete So now that the text is gone, what I can do is I'm going to bring a new text over here just so that I have more control of the text. And I can say Timo's Tiny Adventure. I'm going to bring it over here. I will change the font to wedges. The font color is going to be white. The effect is going to be outline. I'll change the effect to black and increase the thickness just like so. And I'm going to add that here. And now that I've added that, I can add another text below and I can say story coloring book. I'm also going to edit this font here. I'm going to remove the effects to none. I would change the color as well to black and I'm going to bolden it and I can bring it here just like so. I had to change the font to this Bobby Jones just so that the font is much more longer and covers more space. I'll also change the color to this here and I may want to lighten it a little bit just like so. It's totally up to you, like I said. And of course, we want to generate for the back. One thing I can do is I can click on edit. I can go to Magic Studio and I can use Magic Expand and I want to expand it over here. And I'm going to click expand just to see how that's going to be. So you can see how beautiful this looks. There are a few other options here. This also looks good. This also looks good. So it completely depends on you. I think I'll go with this one over here and I'm going to click on done. I'm going to reduce the transparency just so that I can still see all of the templates beneath it. Now what I would do is I will take a shape, which is like a square shape over here. I'll bring it here just like so. Doesn't have to be so big. I'll change the color to white and I'm going to add a little bit of outline and I'm going to add some corner rounding as well. Now what I will do is I'm going to go to where I have about over here. I can copy everything here as well and head back here and paste it. I'll also copy this and I'm going to paste it here as well. So I'm going to bolden it and put it under underline. I'm going to also bolden this as well, just like so. And once that is said and done, I can position this to the back just so that I can take out this template. For the kids book, you also want to go ahead and take out the template as well. Then I'm going to increase the transparency back. And this is looking so beautiful. And just like that, we have our story coloring book here. And I also changed the color of this to this here. And all of these images that we used for our story coloring book was done with the help of this particular AI tool. Now, this AI tool has a lot more other features. It even has free coloring pages, but there are other features like the photo to coloring, text to coloring, and the likes. You can see all of them listed here. You can even batch mode. You can create birthday coloring generator, colorized drawing, name coloring book generator, just like the one we have done, text to coloring page, and the likes. But in order for you to be able to access and hone in on a lot of these features, you need to be subscribed to the pricing plan. So with the yearly plan, there's like a 30% off. So there's 6.99 on the starter, 13.99 the hobby, 27.99 the professional. The business is 69.99. Of course, there's the monthly as well, but of course the 30% off is not applied here. But I still think that it's quite affordable, at least when you consider what this AI tool is actually capable of doing. And of course, the higher the plan, the more accessibility you have to hone in on this tool. Again, there's also the credit top-up packs, which is like a one-time purchase. But first, you need to be on the subscription plan. This credit top-up packs is applicable when you have exhausted the credits that any of the plans give you. Still within that particular month, then you can add a credit top-up. So you want to go ahead, check it out. Again, I've left the link in the description. So you want to go click on the link and go check it out. So just like that, we've been able to use one story idea to create 2 KDP products that are actually sellable. So I do hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then you're going to definitely find what I'm about to show you helpful, where I show you how to create coloring books, bold and easy coloring books. On Amazon KDP, these kind of coloring books are really doing well right now, and it's something you may also want to take advantage of. and start doing. And I'll be showing you how to do it using AI uniquely. So if that interests you, you want to click the video you see on your screen right now and go check it out. Ciao.